Well, today I have a new hammock system that I'm trying out. It's a Warbonnet Ridgerunner. Check it out. Good morning, good people. Today I'm going to take my gear for a walk. Maybe look for a place to set up my new hammock, so check it out. Hey. Alright, so new hammock setup. Recently I bought a Warbonnet Ridgerunner Bridge Hammock. So this is it. We're going to set it up today. Show you a few things. I've only set it up a couple times so far, so I'm not the expert, but I've learned a few things through the years about hammocks. So maybe I'll bring some of that to this. So let's check it out. Essentially there are two types of hammocks. There are gathered end hammocks, and then there are bridge hammocks, which have spreader bars at the end. Like gathered end hammocks, in order to lay flat, you have to kind of lay diagonal. With these bridge hammocks, with the spreader bars on the end, you can lay flat just by laying it. You don't have to do any kind of funky, but they do tend to be narrower, and they do tend to be a little bit heavier. So, a little bit about hammocks. The trees have to be around 15 feet apart, or more. So what I do is I pace out. I just do 7 steps, 7 paces. And that's about what this is right here. It could be a little bit wider. So let me show you the knots that are on the ends. When you get this hammock, you can get a whole bunch of different kind of suspension systems. What I got is just the Amstel ends, which are just these two, what they call dog bones that come off the end here. This line right here, this line over on this side, those are just called dog bones. And they connect up right to this thing, right on the end down here. It just comes with 2 different loops. And then I tie it to my suspension system that I bought. So I got a little bit different suspension system than what you can buy over at Warbonnet, because mine is without any kind of hardware, and it's a little bit lighter. So what I got was a Beckett hitch kit from Myers Tech Hammock Lab, and it weighs about 4.4 ounces. And it comes with this ultra high molecular weight polyethylene fabric. This little strap right here. And on the end it has what's called the Evo loop. So here's how this little loop is. Has a little knot here on the end. Oops, bring it down. Take it around, bring it up through here. Then just tighten her down. Let me show you how this universal loop looks on the hammock side. Alright, so you take this little loop right here and these 2 ends of the hammock, and you put them together like this. And here is your universal loop. You take this end, you feed it through here, you feed it through those 2 hoops from the hammock. Loop this through like this. Then just snug it up real good. That's how you hook it up to the hammock side. How you hook up to your suspension strap. You take the very end, you bring it down through this loop you just made, and you pull it all the way through. So it looks like this. With this little pull loop here, makes it nice and convenient. So Beckett hedge is real simple. You just tighten this up for as tight as you want it. And you bring this around and up through here. And that's it. Now what's nice about this double loop here, when your hammock tightens up, by the way, there's no give on this, whether it gets wet or cold or hot or anything. So this is good. This is going to get super tight, right, when you're sitting on it. Well, when it comes time to dismantle this thing, you just pull this little loop right here, loosens everything up, pull this out, Done. Another thing I put on my suspension are these drip lines here. And this is just a simple little press knot with a couple loose ends here. What this does is when it rains and then the water tends to flow down this way, sometimes it'll drip off right here, other times it'll get past here. So what you want is a little drip line here, and you put it a little bit down further and you put on both strands. So in case you ever get a lot of rain, the rain will come down here and it'll just drip off of here and it won't get on your hammock. Time for some spreader bar action. Alright, so the spreader bars that come with the hammock are about 12 ounces. They're made out of aluminum. Well, I have these carbon fiber ones that I bought, and I'll have the link down below. You have to email the guy and he'll make them for you. But they're half the weight. They're about 6 ounces. So this comes in 2 pieces, and you can get them in more pieces to be a little shorter in your pack, but I just like 2 pieces. The longer one goes on the head, shorter one goes on the tail. Now on the head part here, you notice that there's this little loop in the middle. I'm going to put the spreader bar through that first. And then they connect up here to, there's a little loop right here, right on the end. Put it through there and put it through here. You'll notice it comes up pretty high when you do that. So I'm going to have to lower this down a little bit. But let me get the bars in there first. Now there's no loop on the tail end here. On the foot end. No loop in the middle, just on the ends here. See, this is up way too high. So I'm going to lower this down. Alright, so the angle of this hammock has got to be about 20-25 degrees on the ends. Right here. And you want the foot to be a little bit higher than the head. I learned that the hard way by sleeping in one night with my head a little bit higher, and I kept slipping down toward the end. So the right way to do this is the foot a little bit higher and about 25 degrees. Now you can order this in 30D or 40D ripstop nylon. I ordered a 40D because I like it a little bit stronger. And they have this new fabric called Dreamtex ripstop weave. It's too many words. But it feels really nice. It feels like cotton. It's a nice feel. Now you can get it with a bug net on it. Bug net comes up. I'll show you how to set that up here in just a second. But it zips on the top and both sides, and it can store on the end. Let me show you. Now I love this idea because you can set this up, you can relax in this during the day without having the bug net in your face. Now if you're 6'6" or less, you can fit in this thing. It has these nice pockets on the side that are accessible even with the bug net up. There's a bigger one here and a smaller one here on both sides. And another good thing about this hammock is it's made right here in Evergreen, Colorado. Good old US of A. Now let me show you the bug net setup. Now there's 2 tiles for the bug net. One on the head and one on the foot. Now when you get this from Warbonnet, it's going to come with a little bit different fastener on the end. little plastic thing. I think they're kind of flimsy. So all I did was I created this little toggle. I'll show you. Alright, hook it up here. You go all the way up on top. This one's a little shorter, you don't have to bring it quite all the way up. Tighten up if you want. Takes it right off your face. Lots of room, lots of room. Make sure when you unzipper this thing, you get pretty generous. Otherwise, you rip the bug netting. And on the head, actually, there's this little loose pocket here, so you can put some more storage here. That's kind of nice. And I also noticed that this is a double layer, meaning there's one more layer underneath this to where you could put like your air mattress or some kind of foam pad. I have an underquilt coming, and when it gets here I'll show you how to set that up. It's really super simple. With the single layer there's a comfort rating of 200 pounds. That doesn't mean that you can't be more than 200 pounds. It's just that when you get over 200 pounds on a single layer, it gets a little uncomfortable. And when the double layer, it goes up to 250. I'm not even close to that, but I just like the double layer because it gives me some options for the winter time. So if I want to go hammock camping in the winter, I have this extra place down here where I could put some extra padding, some extra layers of insulation in addition to my underquilt, so that I can stay really comfy, cozy, warm. So that's why I got it. It's all season. Now this total weight of this hammock with the spreader bars and the suspension systems and all the mods that I made on this thing comes in at about 2 pounds 5 ounces. So I'm David, and this is the Earth. I'm David on Earth, and I like backpacking, I like hiking, I like all kinds of gear like this. I like to review it and share it with you. I like your comments about all this stuff that I do. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. Leave some comments down below. Press that like button, and don't forget to press that little bell next to the subscription so you get notified of all this other new stuff that I bring out. Alright, so I appreciate you being here and watching today, and I'll see you on the trail.